This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Neshannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Swing and a miss! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it. And score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
And we welcome you to Montour High School for semifinal number 2 in the boys single A WPIAL playoffs. This afternoon, it is the Union Scotties taking on the number 1 team in the state of Pennsylvania and number 1 seed in the 1A bracket, the Imani Christian Saints. Eric Thomas and Tyler Polk with you here today. This afternoon's contest on lcsportsnet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, Castle Asphalt, the Newcastle Transit Authority, Madur Bonner Law, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Gem Builders Incorporated, Health and Motion Physical Therapy, Pontius Insurance, Dorn Concrete, The Red Zone, Works in Progress, City Rescue Mission, Something for Your Wall Photography, the Tri-County Principals Association, the Union Area Education Association, and the Union Volunteer Fire Department, and also by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. These two programs, no stranger to one another. They met twice last year for the right to go to the state championship, in the WPIAL championship as well. They met 2 years prior to that. A lot of history in this game, but a heavy favorite in the Imani Christian Saints here on the floor this afternoon.
Yeah, the Imani Christian Saints are just a program out there that tries to go for the best. They've been facing off against top teams all over the country. They've gone to Ohio. They've gone to South Carolina. They've gone to Florida. They didn't have their first WPIAL game until January. Matter of fact, their first game in Pennsylvania was Philadelphia. So this team is all about the betterment of each other, and they look at it. They don't underestimate their opponents. I was talking to one of the assistant coaches for Imani Christian, Gerald Scoot Warwick, who won state championships with Penn Hills in the 2000s. He said that he teaches them the value of hard work. And head coach Kyrie Hudson also said the same thing along this. They put their shoes on the same way we do. So they're ready for it. They're not underestimating any opponent from here on out.
Union got here. They defeated Hillel Academy and then Monessen the other night. And that game was a big one for Lucas Stanley and Braylon Thomas. They combined for 40, or rather Stanley for 35 and Thomas for 17, 46 points in the second half for Union. This would be the third straight WPIAL title game. If they get to the Pete, they'll have to go through the number 1 team in the state. Misleading record at 12-11 as Imani has dispatched West Green. They got a bye in the first round, and then they got through West Green, and then they're here in the semifinals this afternoon against Union. The winner of this game will take on the Neighborhood Academy. They defeated Rochester in the first semifinal here this afternoon. Big defensive effort. They've already played Imani Christian this season, twice as a matter of fact, in the same section. And then the loser of this game stays alive. They will take on Rochester for third place in the WPIAL Class 1A. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Union head coach Mark Stanley. That comes your way next as the pregame show rolls on here from Montour High School. This is the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
Thank you for calling AXE. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. AXE can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
even if it's the same day. To schedule your joyride, call AXE today.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Back on the pregame show here with Union head coach Mark Stanley. Coach, first off, congrats getting to the semis again with this crew. This is a hungry bunch. You guys have a tall order tonight, but here you are in the semis.
Yeah, I'm proud of these guys. You know, we graduated 9. We had 2 guys coming back with varsity experience. So, we didn't know what to expect. And, I thought they could get to this point, and here we are. And like you said, it is a tall task. But, like I said, we'll try our best and see what happens.
Without getting into all the history, there is a history between Union and Imani. There's been a couple of really good battles over the last few years. Is it sort of fitting that you're going to run into them again here? Yeah,
I guess. I mean, it's, a couple years back, we played them at home, beat them, and then the year following we beat them. And then last year they got about 2 on us pretty good. And, so there is a history. And like I said, it's when you looked at the schedule, in Class A, I'm thinking we could get them again. And, here we are.
We talked to Jordan Marks from Neighborhood Academy, who won the other semi. And he agreed with this. 1A is so deep this year. There is a lot of quality. You played Rochester twice. Neighborhood obviously is going to the final now. Imani's one of the favorites. There's a lot of quality teams in this 1A field, and it's got to mean something to navigate that and get to this point.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw Neighborhood. They're very good, I can see. But it's Imani. I mean, let's face it, everything goes through Imani. I've made this statement before. If not win every class except Quad A, and they played Lincoln Park off their feet, which was impressive, they could win any classification. And it just so happens they're falling in single A. Now next year they'll be 6A, so good for single A. But like I said, it is deep, and credit to the teams. But like I said, Imani's leading the pack for sure.
Give us a key defensively for your team first, and then we'll talk key offensively for you.
Well, we gotta rebound the basketball. We gotta stay under them. They got 2 Division I guards, which makes it very difficult for them to guard a Division I football player going to Penn State. So, they're the full package. We got to limit them one shot. Stop penetration, and just hope they're off a little. Because if they're hitting their shots, it's a tall task.
How about offensively for you? What's the key? Obviously, Lucas is your top scorer. Braylon has played very well in the playoffs, and Grayson has played well for you too of late.
Well, that the key to them too is as good as they are offensively, they're as good defensively, and you got to take care of the basketball, stop their runouts, and hit shots when you have them. If they're turning you over and you're missing and you're not getting back, they'll run you out of the gym. I like their style of play. It's really impressive. But like I said, any time is hitting shots. If we can hit shots and slow them down a little bit, we're hoping to give ourselves a chance in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, Coach. Good luck this afternoon. Back with more after this on the pregame show on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. And we're back here at Montour High School. We'll get things started here with our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. For the Saints, the defending 1A champ, not only in the WPIL, but in the state of Pennsylvania, they start a 5 like this. Marcus Williams, the 6'3 junior. RJ Sledge, the 5'11 junior. Those 2 spectacular. Sledge averaging almost 5.5 assists per game. Kylan Holmes, another junior at 6'3". Avery Wesley, a 6-foot guard. And Nate Brazil, a 6-foot senior guard, is the leading scorer on this Imani team at 17.9 points a game. For Union, head coach Mark Stanley, 14-10 overall, 8-2 in Section 1 of 1A. They start their usual 5 of Lucas Stanley, 22 a game, also averaging just under 8 rebounds a game this season. Braylon Thomas, Andrew Gettings, Dane Jonke, and Grayson Blakely, who's hitting 39% from three-point territory this season. Imani will be in their white home uniforms with the gold and black trim. Union will be in their royal blue away uniforms with the gray and the white trim as they introduce Imani Christian below us here. Again, the winner will play the Neighborhood Academy 5 o'clock at the Peterson Event Center on Thursday night. That will be the second game to tip off WPIAL Championship weekend. Actually, the first game, I believe, to tip off the weekend at the Pete on Thursday night at 5 o'clock. Other action going on in the area today. We'll keep you apprised of all the scores from around the WPIAL playoffs. It'll be a busy week next week. Monday night, we are stacked on the Lawrence County Sports Network, as we'll have coverage of both Mohawk and the Union girls and the Neshannock boys also on Monday night. Mohawk and Neshannock possibly on a collision course in AAA for the title at the Pete, which would be unbelievable if those two get there. Neshannock will have to go through Deer Lakes. Mohawk will take on Burl in the other semifinals. They round out the 5, and again for Imani, it's Williams, Sledge, Holmes, Wesley, and Brazil. For Union, it's Thomas, Stanley, Gettings, Jonke, and Blakely. And we are set to go here from Montour High School. Beautiful gymnasium here at the Montour Athletic Center as the crowd files in. Pretty good sized crowd here as we got most of the ends filled. This court sits down in a bowl. We're above it, right near half court. On the side of the benches, Imani will be the home team, as we said, in the whites, and Union the road team for this semifinal. These two teams, the history well documented, and it was Imani who ended Union's season last year in the PIAA semifinals. Jumping center for both sides, it'll be Nate Brazil and Braylon Thomas to get things ready. Union will attack the basket to our left as we see it to begin the first half. Referee at center court, ball in the air, tap is over with, and Imani controls it to start. And this is Sledge who gets it off to, now Sledge has it in his hands from Holmes. Brazil, Sledge goes far wing over to Williams, now back near wing, now top of the circle. It's Sledge once again. He pulls the trigger on the 3, off the back iron. Thomas skies in there for the rebound. Braylon races down the floor. He's had a really good postseason. Inside, he finds Jonke, lays it off the window and in, and Union gets on the board first. Quickly the other way, Imani on the attack. Top of the circle, now left circle. It is Sledge. Nice pass underneath and off the window. It's Kylan Holmes to tie it at 2. Fast pace to start things here. Thomas whips it ahead. Now out to the corner. It's Stanley, three-pointer near side, and he knocks that one down. The start to this game, it's 5-2 Union. We haven't even played a minute yet. Far corner three-pointer on the way. Rolls over the top of the iron by Williams into the hands of Union. Here comes Thomas the other way. Far side, it's Blakely. Blakely looks inside to Jonke. Jonke in the paint, kicks it out. Gettings three-pointer left of the circle, and he drains another one. 2 threes in a row for Union. 8-2 Scotties. They set up in a 3-2 zone the other way as Sledge attacks left side, little step through, and he traveled, and Union's going to get the ball back with 6:38 to go, up by 6.
This is exactly what the Scotties wanted, a good start, a fast start against Imani. You know you're going to have to survive a lot of those Imani runs because this is a very talented team.
Top to bottom, maybe the best in any classification outside of Lincoln Park in the state of Pennsylvania. As Stanley ducks his head, he is right of the circle, spins, foul line, comes back to his left, little floater rolls around and out. Rebound is ripped away from him. Right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in. 10-2 Union, the start here, 2 minutes into the first quarter.
I don't think you have this type of start coming up for the Union Scotties.
Timeout called by Imani Christian and Kyrie Wilson Sr. It's a Pontius Insurance timeout with 6:03 to go in the first quarter. Make sure you take timeout to save money on your insurance. Call Agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddens to get started today. The start of this game, my goodness, we figured pace back and forth, but did not see Union blowing the doors off of this thing early on like they have.
No, that's a good solid punch in the mouth right there for the Union Scotties. To go up against a team in Imani that has cruised through 1A. Of course, we're in the we're in the infant stages of this game. Imani's going to get a little bit of a run themselves, but this is exactly what you wanted to see from the Scotties. Show no fear, go right after them.
Out of the timeout, same 5 for both sides. This pace to start things here is Wesley inbounds at the Sledge. One of the top guards in the state of Pennsylvania. Three-pointer near side. It's Brazil, and he drains it. 10-5, Union in front. Thomas races the other way, right side. Floater, tough angle off the window, no. Sledge the rebound. He races down the floor, 1-on-4. Crosses over in the lane. Nice move to the bucket by Sledge. And he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 with 5:42 to go in the opening quarter. First foul on Union. First foul in the game. It is on Gettings. And Sledge will step up to shoot 2.
RJ Sledge has been a thorn in the side of the Union Scotties. He was a champion as a freshman at Bishop Canevin, transferred to Imani Christian, and won the championship there.
Sledge makes the first.
And that Bishop Canevin team was pretty powerful. I mean, they had Jaden Gales, who's currently playing for a PAC championship tonight. And then, of course, you have Sledge and so many other handlers out there. It's an unreal amount of talent he's been around of and he's become.
Sledge wearing the Kobe's on the floor this afternoon, multicolor. Thomas goes to his left, down the lane, passes it out to Blakely on the far wing. Now Gettings between the circles, goes to his right, comes back left, lost the ball dangerously up near midcourt. Tried to pass it off. It's tapped by Sledge. Sledge behind the back. What a pass. And a foul on Stanley as he hit Brazil going to the bucket. And that's going to send Brazil to the line to shoot 2. And the first foul on Lucas Stanley with 5:19 to go in the first quarter.
Oh, RJ Sledge, that was absolutely nasty. That around the back, under pressure, for him to pull that play off, especially in such tight quarters right underneath the hoop, that's talent.
Brazil, 18 a game, just under 18 a game, makes the first. He has 4. 10-8, all of a sudden, wasn't necessarily the run you said that was coming, but Imani's put together now 7 straight. And it's 10-9 Union with 5:14 to go. And now Thomas will take a little bit of the air out of the ball, brings it across half court. Thomas crossover dribble to his right, spins, foul line, has it stripped, lost it. Here comes Imani the other way. Sledge midcourt gets the pass, little zip pass to the corner. Now they work it around, open 3 by Wesley, kisses the front of the rim towards the corner, rebound Imani. They'll reset things with 4:57. And we got a foul. Nope, we got out of bounds on Marcus Williams, and it'll go the other way to Union with 4:56 to go in the first. Gettings out, and Rocco Galmarini is in for Union.
Gotta look out for those because they'll give him the benefit of the doubt from here on out. That'll be a blocking foul next time he gets that.
Galmarini, one of the leading three-point shooters on this team. Stanley, pull-up three-pointer by Lucas. Far side, he knocks another one down. And Lucas Stanley with 8 early. It's 13-9 Union. Sledge, top of the circle, right down the lane. Little baby floater in the lane, tapped out of bounds. It stays on the Imani side with 4:33 to go in the first quarter. And Imani's going to go to its bench. Deshaun Burnett will step in. And let's see who he is in for. He will take the place of Kylan Holmes.
Burnett to provide some size out there. He's the Penn State linebacker commit. And Imani football team also going up to a bigger
Sledge,
class.
and he is contacted and fouled. He'll go back to the line to shoot 2 more with 4:31 to go. It'll be the 3rd team foul on Union, and that foul will be on Dane Jonke. Yeah, this fitting that Burnett would play a semifinal here as Penn State, 2 of their best ever, have the jerseys hanging out in the hallway in the B entrance. That's the football stadium side of the athletic complex. John Huffnagel and Ted Kwalik, as Sledge calmly makes the first.
This is a talented entire school out here. I mean, of course, we're going to talk endless about the football team next year. They're now moving up to 3A voluntarily. We're going to be seeing the name Imani a lot.
Now basketball will move up voluntarily to 6A next year as Sledge makes both. I respect that, and I know there's been a lot said. Mark Stanley, the Union head coach, has had a lot on his mind regarding Imani. I applaud him for stepping up and saying, we'll just play 6A, much like Kennedy Catholic did. Jonke gets the pass from Thomas, loose ball. It's going to be the 4th turnover by Union, and we're going to get another foul on the Scotties here, and that's going to be on Dane Jonke, his 2nd. And that'll be the 4th on Union with a 2-point lead for the Scotties at 4:15 to go in the first quarter. Mike Gunn steps in for Union. Not much of a scoring threat, but he provides big minutes, and he'll do a little bit of the dirty work inside. They're going to need that here against this Imani team the rest of the way. Sledge across half court, little skip pass inside. In the paint, little turnaround jumper falls for Wesley, and we are tied at 13 with 4:03 to go in the first quarter. Quickly down the floor for Union. Blakely inside. Far block at Stanley. Off balance, little floater. No. Rebound yanked in by, guess who? Burnett. Up ahead, the pass goes. They run and gun, and another foul on Union. And that is going to send Brazil to the line to shoot two. Actually, they call it an offensive foul on Brazil. Nope, they called the foul on Union. I beg your pardon. That's going to be, I didn't see who the foul was on, but it's sending Brazil to the free throw line.
They're calling it on Jonke.
All right, so that is Jonke's second foul. We'll have to the foul situation figured out here in a second. I thought that would be the third on Jonke, but it's only his second. Brazil missed the front end, still square at 13 with 3:49 to go in the first. Second one is in and out by Brazil, so an 0 for trip. Thomas the rebound with 3:45 to go. Into the backcourt, Galmarini. Galmarini up ahead. It goes. Dangerous pass picked off by Burnett. And then his pass almost intercepted. Fifth turnover by Imani. No-look pass underneath, and Burnett gets it from Sledge and lays it in. 15-13, first Imani lead of the afternoon with 3:25 to go, and there's your run. Thomas in a trap to get it to Stanley. He is poked from behind by Sledge, and Sledge is called for the foul. For RJ, that's his first, and that is the first team foul on Imani with 3:19 to go in the first quarter. Blakely will inbound. Thomas leaks into the backcourt all alone. Blakely will pitch it to him, and Braylon will bring it across where he's met. Actually gives it up to Gunn on the far corner. A little runner on the baseline by Mike Gunn. He is fouled, and Gunn will go to the line to shoot a pair with 3:11 to go in the first. Second foul on Imani, and that foul is going to be on Sledge. So that is his second foul. That's going to force Wilson to go to his bench, and he's going to bring Marcus Williams back. And Sledge will sit. Let's see how long they keep him down. Mike Gunn at the line to try to tie this up with 3:11 to go in the quarter. Hits the first. What a start to this game. You know, it was you said run. It was a run last year in the third quarter by Imani that put that game away. 1 for 2 for Gunn. Burnett the rebound, outlet pass up ahead. Now they quickly work it down the floor. Williams has it. Top of the circle. It's Brazil. Fires a three. No. Rebound Stanley. Lucas comes the other way. Right-handed dribble across half court. Met there by Hubbard. Spins away from Hubbard. Leans into it with the left. Stanley to the bucket. Fouled, and he'll shoot two as he hits the deck with 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Another foul on Imani, their third. And that foul is going to be on Burnett.
I give credit to Luke Stanley. He's a gamer in every sense of the word. Every time he's been out there driving hard to the hole, going up with confidence for three.
8 points, but misses the first. 86% free throw shooter on the season. Second one is good. Down the other way, Williams cuts through the defense. Might have gotten away with a travel, turns it over anyway. Here comes Thomas the other way for Union. 1-on-2. Braylon in the lane, and he leaned in, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Imani. And Braylon will go to the line. He'll shoot a pair, and that foul will be on Nate Brazil. Boy, I thought Brazil actually got back and in position.
I thought he was pretty much in there. It seemed like he was in there for a solid bit. Unless the referee sees a slight turn at the last second, that's usually a charge.
Thomas, first one, calmly fires away and makes it his first points of the night. He has been spectacular in the WPIAL playoffs. We all know about his football accolades. This kid is just a winner at everything he does. Second one rims in. Braylon's got two, and it's a 17-15 Union lead with 2:38 to go in the first. Williams on the near side, now top of the circle, Brazil. Brazil goes to his left down the lane. Floater, a lot of contact, no call. Gunn the rebound. Pitches it off to Thomas. Here comes Union the other way with 2:27 to go. Thomas, yo-yo dribble between the legs. Now with the right, step back, three-pointer on the way. Kisses the front of the rim. Rebound tapped out of there. It's going to be run down by, let's see who it's off. It is off Brazil as he and Thomas both collide near the Union bench.
No, that's a good save by Thomas. That's a correct call. He managed to put that right off the forearm of him and then it went off. He was sliding down there. He looked like a penguin doing it, but he managed to make the play.
Inbound goes to Thomas with 2:15 to go in the first quarter. What a start to this semifinal. Stanley near wing. Stanley goes right, comes back left, bounce pass Blakely near corner inside, near baseline to Thomas, pinned up there, lobs it for Blakely dangerously. Stanley gets it all alone, open three, front of the rim, no. Rebound, pinballed around, tapped into the backcourt. Thomas rolls over it dangerously. He is definitely hurt. They throw it away. Galmarini has it. Galmarini splits everybody. Rocco, and he lost the ball out of bounds back to Imani with 1:41 to go.
Oh, he had a wide open Grayson Blakely in the corner. He had everyone going towards him. That kick would have been picturesque. That would have brought the house down.
Going to be a timeout called by Mark Stanley and Union with 1:41 to go. It's a Pontius Insurance timeout. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. He might have just called this timeout to give Braylon Thomas a blow. He dangerously rolled over that ball back near half court trying to save it. I don't think he quite had a good grip on it. And he kind of rolled over on the side, and then he was wiping out his eye. So he might have gotten poked in the eye too, somewhere in the mix. This has been an absolutely wild start to this game with 32 first quarter points between the two sides.
This could barely be holding up in Montour Gym right now. I think the roof was going to fall off a few times. I got my best mic out here, so hopefully everyone heard that, because we're hanging on a thread out here with every move.
Mark Stanley was way out near the three-point arc. He is still talking to the refs about something on the near side. It's Imani ball after the Union turnover. They fall back into that zone defense. Skip pass across the way to Brown. Now Brazil between the circles, back to Brown, far wing, puts the ball in motion with his left, goes back to his right, traveled, beautiful shot, as he got a nifty fadeaway to his right down, but he traveled before the shot. Kyrie Wilson is going nuts on the Imani sideline as well. He has not agreed with a couple of these calls of late. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Thomas across half court, goes to his right, almost behind the back. Now he's going to take it to the baseline, missed it. Galmarini had the rebound in his hands, lost it. It's back to Imani with 1:11 to go. And Imani brings it up the floor. Brazil, top of the circle. Brown, corner goes to Williams, far side. Now Brown, far side. Now Brazil between the circles. Shifts to his right, now goes back to his left in the lane. Little backwards behind his head shot. That, again, a lot of contact. Imani keeps it alive with Wesley. He had a reverse layup. He missed. Now Williams, little push off by Williams. Pass to the paint, and it's picked up by Wesley, who drains the shot. He's fouled. He'll shoot one with 46.3 to go in the quarter.
That's not a good foul to take, especially a shot attempt from behind in the lane.
That foul is on Galmarini. That's his first.
And that was a little late, too. That shot was already up whenever he went down for the chop.
Short on the free throw. Imani does not put anybody on the blocks for their free throw, so they're just yielding the rebound on a missed free throw. We're tied at 17, 37 seconds left. Thomas on the far wing, yo-yo dribble, pull-up three-pointer by Braylon on the way, hits the back iron, rebound tapped out of there by Gunn. Looks like it's going to be a Imani ball. It will be.
That looked like it was just off the fingertips of Wesley, but I'll let the ref go and say, all right, you could have that one.
7th turnover for Union here in the first 8 minutes. Down to 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Brown has it for Imani Christian. Across half court, works his way over to the left side. Down to 19 seconds left. Gettings comes out to guard him. Screen by Williams. Brown whips it into the corner. 3-ball on the way. Far corner, rattles around and out. And the rebound, Thomas went to the floor again. Gettings, they got to get reset. Thomas with 5 seconds. I don't know if he realizes the time. Now he puts it in motion. Braylon's going to have to shoot it. Launches a deep three at the buzzer. No. And that is how the first quarter comes to a close. We will catch our breath. 17-17. Imani Christian and Union tied in the boys 1A semifinal here from Montour High School. This is the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
Back here at Montour High School, Eric Thomas and Tyler Polk with you. Start of the second quarter. It's 17-17 Union and Imani Christian, and a great start to this game, the second semifinal. The winner of this game will go on and play the Neighborhood Academy 5 o'clock Thursday night at the Pete for the WPIAL Class Single A title. Union, of course, trying to get back there for a third straight year. Imani trying to win it again. And then they're on to 6A. They got bigger fish to fry anyways. They're going to try to repeat as the Class 1A state champs next month, as the state finals will be at Giant Center in Hershey the week before Easter. Start the second quarter, and it's Union ball as Blakely has it. Thomas now on the far side. Braylon steps through everybody. Tough angle, and he got it off the window to fall. 4 for Braylon Thomas. 2-point lead for Union at 19-17. As we come the other way, deep three from the corner by Williams, and he drains another for this Imani Christian team. His first points of the afternoon, 20-19 Imani. Thomas doing the primary ball handling for Union. Between the legs dribble, goes to his right now. Comes back the other way. Skip pass up ahead. It's intercepted, and off to the races is Wesley. Lays it up and in. And Union is down by its biggest margin here in the first half, 22-19, as they quickly get it to Stanley. Stanley the other way, and he threw one up at the bucket, and there's contact and a foul on Imani Christian. It's going to be on Wesley. That'll be his first, and that will send Lucas Stanley to the line to shoot 2.
Union's got to be careful with those cross-court passes because it's going to be easy pickings. There's just too much athleticism on Imani right now.
Yeah, you got that right. As you said it to me in the timeout, too. I mean, Union played damn near a perfect first quarter, and this game was still tied. I don't know what you have to do to beat this team. Union's going to take its shot. There's no question as Stanley hits both. He has 11 in the first half, 22-21 Imani with 7:05 to go in the first half. Brown on the far wing. Brown, skip pass into the corner to Williams, and he overshoots him. It's back to Union with 7 minutes straight up to go in the quarter as Braylon Thomas returns, and Kylan Holmes will come in for Brown for the Saints.
I mean, with Tristan Brown, he's saying that he should have caught it short in the corner. Wouldn't you want it to be on three-point range? I mean, if he's cutting, sure. If he's resetting and then cutting, yeah, that's perfect. But you're trying to go for 3 then.
Lob inside to Stanley. Thomas on the far sideline. Braylon will bring it across. No pressure by Imani this time. Braylon fake the pass. Now he gets it to Galmarini near between the circles. Now it's Jonke right of the circle. Jonke left of the circle to Blakely. Wide open three-pointer for Grayson. Misses everything but the backboard. Rebound Saints. Here they come the other way. Brazil start stop. Hop step in the lane. Pass off. Now out to the wing. It goes to Wesley. Wesley dribbles down the baseline. No. Rebound tapped out of there. Loose. It's controlled by Union. Here comes Stanley. He gives it off to Thomas near side with 6:27 to go. Down the floor, Blakely. They're trying to post Jonke inside. They don't get it to him. Pass back up top, way up top near half court to Thomas. And the official will start the count. Now it's Blakely between the circles. Jonke right of the circle. Now Galmarini straightaway three-pointer on the way by Rocco. Off the backboard, no. Rebound tapped to Brazil. Here comes Wesley the other way for Imani. No look pass to Williams. Beautiful job by Williams of running the floor, and he lays it in for a three-point Imani lead at 24-21. Thomas trying to split the double team, and he is fouled by, let's see, that it's going to be on Holmes. That'll be his first. RJ Sledge is back in the game for the Saints, and Gettings returns along with Mike Gunn for Union. It'll be Jonke. No, Galmarini who's going to step out. So Jonke, Gunn, Gettings, Stanley, and Thomas for Union. And it is Bradshaw, Wesley, Sledge, Holmes, and Williams for the Saints. Pass almost intercepted again. Gettings retrieves it, goes back up near half court. 5:48 to go in the half. Now Stanley near side. Stanley dribbles with the right hand to his left. Pull up three-pointer on the way from the far wing. No. Rebound Karam's out of bounds to the corner. Jonke giving chase, can't get it, and it's Imani ball with 5:38 to go.
Union trying to double screen, trying to open up any space for Luke Stanley.
5:35 to play in the half. 3-point Imani lead, 24-21 Saints. Sledge directing traffic. Bradshaw gets it back near between the circles. Now it's over the far side, Williams. Williams to his left, back out to Sledge, near circle. Kicks it into the corner, near corner for Williams. That grazed the front of the rim. Rebound, Gettings. Here comes Union the other way. Trying to tie this thing up with 5:14 to go in the half as Thomas brings it across half court. Goes to his right. Braylon stays to his right. Tough angle. Floater again, and Braylon Thomas gets it to fall one more time. 24-23 Imani. Here they come the other way. Sledge, quick move to the foul line. Kicks it out. Wesley, three-pointer on the way, and he drained it.
Boy, it's like an Avengers level threat. Every time you see Imani Christian, they just don't die. They come back. They multiply.
And a tough pass. Thomas had Jonky all alone under the bucket, and he hit it too hard, and Jonky couldn't hang on to it. It's back to Imani with 4:45 to go. Well, you do not want to give this Imani team any extra possessions. A Sledge, quick no-look pass inside. Beautiful job as he feeds Holmes. And Kylan Holmes will go to the line to shoot a pair with 4:37 to go. Foul is going to be on Stanley, and that'll be his second. And that is the first on Union here in the second. Kylan Holmes will step to the free throw line, has braces on both knees, dips at the knees, bends and fires, shot away, it's good. Holmes has three. One of these talented juniors to go with Williams and Sledge and Brown and Burnett. I mean, this team, go to 6A. You're going to be fine at that level. As Holmes makes both. 29-23, Imani Christian with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Respectfully, I don't think anyone in 6A can handle it.
No, I don't think so either. I think you're exactly right. Pass inside. It's intercepted by Brazil. Another Union turnover, their ninth. The other way. Sledge off balance. And Braylon Thomas landed awkwardly and is down. And that is not a good sign for Union. Mark Stanley's going to come out and look at him. Well, he landed, I guess, on his shoulder, it looks like. He is writhing in pain right under the bucket. Training staff out to take a look at him as well. Let's take a timeout while we have a chance. 4:15 to go in the first half. It's Imani Christian up 31-23. This is the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations.
Braylon Thomas okay as they look at him on the bench. He was able to walk off under his own power, but he's out of the game right now. Stanley has it for Union. Bounce pass near corner. It's Gettings. Gettings splits a double team. Had it stripped again. 10th turnover for Union. Sledge the other way. A little up and under move by R.J. Sledge. Lays it in. He's got 8, and Imani has a 10-point lead at 33-23 with 3:50 to go in the half. It is getting away from Union here in this second quarter. Inside Stanley. They need a bucket. No foul on the contact. Stanley readjusts. Now he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 3:41 to go in the half.
Yeah, he's got to be, whenever in doubt, pass it to him guy at this moment. And good to see. It looks like Braylon Thomas will come in at the next whistle.
Foul is going to be on Kylan Holmes. Stanley calmly makes the first. He's having a big first half with 12. That old expression about throwing everything but the kitchen sink, you need the sink for this Imani team because it can get away from you fast as Stanley hits both. He has 13 in the first half. Sledge across the timeline, gets it to Brazil, deep NBA 3, off the back iron. Thomas skies for the rebound, and I mean skied for it. Whips the pass down the floor dangerously. It was poked by Imani. Now, they're going to say it was off a Union player. It looked like it was touched by an Imani player near the paint, but they say no, and it's Imani ball with 3:27 to go in the first half. Sledge wasting little time. They just keep coming at you. Pull up deep 3 by Sledge. Drains it. 36-25, Imani Christian with 3:13 to go in the half. Thomas thought about it. Lucas Stanley will shoot the deep three, and he answers the other way. 16 in the first half for Lucas Stanley. It's back down to an 8-point lead. Sledge will pull up three the other way, and he got two in a row. 39-28, Imani with 2:52 to go. Thomas fouled. Nope, they say offensive foul. It's going to be Imani ball with 2:51 to play in the half. Foul's going to be on Gettings, an offensive foul. It's his second. And Mark Stanley wants a full timeout, brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Online at pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:51 to go in the half. 39-28, Imani Christian. This is the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Point lead for Imani Christian here in the boys Class 1A WPIAL semifinal from Montour High School. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon. We're glad to have you with us here. It's a packed house. And right now, the number one team in the state and the number one team in this bracket, the Imani Christian Academy Saints, have a 39-28 lead over Union. As we will resume play here after the timeout. 2:51 to play. Eric Thomas, Tyler Polk with you. It's Imani ball. Saints decked out in their white home uniforms with the black and gold. They go inbounds to Wesley on the far side. Wesley. And that pass tipped as David Compton into the game for the Saints. Had his pass tipped out of bounds. Stays on the Imani side with 2:45 to go. Inbound to Sledge. Sledge goes to his left. Sledge, little start-stop dribble. Wesley on the far wing for three. No. Tapped out of bounds by Compton. Back to Union with 2:35 to go. This is a big possession for the Scotties. They got to get a bucket right now and see if they can get some kind of momentum before the half. There's still plenty of time, but they're down 11.
They got to string together a few buckets, like two. They got to get two straight in this next one, and they got to stop Imani.
And a turnover-plagued first half for Union, specifically here in the second. There's almost another one as Brazil poked that one away.
Again, these side-to-side passes, they're jumping lanes right now. If you're going to do a side-to-side pass, it's got to get through. It can't get tapped back. You got to make sure that it is. You could build up to this. You could use someone in the middle. The middle is open. If they open it up a little bit with five, they could get it and bump him over and get a cutter in the back door.
Galmarini is back in for Union. It's Galmarini, Stanley, Jonke, Blakely, and Thomas. Galmarini with nowhere to go, trying to find somebody. Gets it up to Braylon way on the edge of half court. I mean, his heel was almost touching the half court stripe as that one's kicked out of bounds by Sledge with 1:52 to go in the half.
You got to get screens. You got to get these guys in a position to think out there. Have to communicate. They don't have to if you're going to go cross court every time.
Union will take some air out of the ball, and they whip it inside to Jonke. Jonke reverse pivot, trying to get away from the baseline, throws it away. Compton's there picking it off for Imani, gets it to Wesley, bounce pass ahead to Sledge. Little reverse layup by RJ Sledge is good. He's put on a clinic in the first half with 16, 41-28 Imani with 90 seconds to go in the half. Stanley back to Thomas. Thomas near half court, Stanley near side. Pull up three-pointer on the way by Lucas is way short. Rebound by Sledge. RJ, high dribble. No look pass to Compton and a beauty, but he missed it. Loose ball, and we got a foul underneath against Union with 1:13 to go in the half.
Sledge has been absolutely slippery in every situation. No matter what, you have to expect to pass at every angle with him. You got to smother him.
That foul is on Thomas, his first. Imani resets things. Sledge again, reverse layup too far into the bucket as Galmarini comes away with a rebound. 60 seconds to go in the half. 41-28, Imani Christian. Thomas leaks away from one defender. Again, his pass is tipped and stolen away. Ahead to Compton, partially altered by Thomas. Sledge can't follow. Thomas pitches it up ahead to Stanley. Lucas, little Euro, and he is fouled. And Lucas Stanley back to the line with 44.3 seconds to go in the half.
He's had to be, and he's been their best player. I mean, that early start, it's all on his fingerprints, and now they need more out of him. And he's already given a lot.
Stanley will shoot 2 with 44.3 left. Hits the first. 17 in the first half for Stanley. As Mike Gunn checks back in for Dane Jonke. RJ Sledge and Kyrie Wilson are talking on the sideline about the reverse layup and having a little bit of a laugh. As Stanley makes both. 18 for Lucas. Here comes Imani the other way. Sledge, another no-look pass underneath to Compton. Compton on the far block, double dribbled back to Union with 38 seconds to go. So here you go. Here's your chance with 38 seconds to go. As Marcus Williams is back in for Imani. Compton, arguing his case to his bench, but
real quick, I want to give a shout out to people listening on Facebook. Ken Moyers, always a big part of District 10 Up North Sports, tuning in.
Appreciate everybody listening to our coverage here this afternoon as we had the 1A semifinal. Before this, Thomas pull up long three, no. Sledge the rebound with 23 seconds to go in the half. RJ puts it in motion up ahead. It goes to Brown. Now Wesley all alone in the far corner. 3 rattles out. Thomas the rebound. So Union again will have one more crack here before the half closes, down 11. Trying to get this into single digits at the buzzer. Down to 7. Braylon into the corner. It goes to Gunn. They're running out of time. They whip it up top. Sledge the rebound. Sledge heaves it. And that one off the mark hits the bleachers behind the backboard on the left side of the rim. Well, it got away from Union there for a minute. They're down 11. Mark Stanley is out at half court arguing about something with the officials. He is not happy, and his assistants come out. And one of the assistants from Imani was standing out there to listen to it too. And Mark is still yelling about something as he heads into the locker room. Now he's turned to talk to his assistants. Not sure what the case is, but they get it finally under control as we head to the locker room. 11-point lead for Imani Christian, 41-30. We'll take a timeout, come back with a halftime show and your scoring recap. This is the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Halftime here at Montour High School. It is Imani Christian in front of Union 41-30 as they play out here the 1A semifinals. The winner goes to the Pete on Thursday night at 5 o'clock. They'll take on the Neighborhood Academy, who defeated Rochester in the other semifinal earlier this afternoon. Our first half scoring recap is brought to you by Gem Builders, Master Builders and Craftsmen, family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow us to help any project and meet any challenge. Building our community for 70 years, visit gembuilders.com for more information. First half for Union, they were led by Lucas Stanley, who had 18, 6 for Braylon Thomas, 3 for Andrew Gettings, and 2 for Dane Jonke. Mike Gunn also scored a point in the first half. Blakely started. Didn't get a chance to give you the starting lineups. Or rather, we did give you a chance, but we didn't give you a chance to get any keys to the game. We'll get to that here in a second. For Imani in the first half, they were led by R.J. Sledge with 16, 9 for Avery Wesley, and 5 for Marcus Williams, 4 for Kylan Holmes, 5 for Nate Brazil, and Deshaun Burnett off the bench had 2. Isaiah Bradshaw and David Compton and Tristan Brown all played for the Saints but did not score. I don't know what Union is going to be able to do in the second half to slow this team down. They could have had a chance at the end of the first half with the stops and some turnovers, but look, they're going to have to – here the game is in a nutshell. They're going to have to come out the first 3 minutes of the third quarter like they started the game.
Yeah.
And if they do that, they're going to be right in this maybe the rest of the way. If they don't, this is going to get even further away from them.
Yeah, it's tough because they want to set up the wing-to-wing passes, the cross-court passes, so that they can break down their zone. But Imani's, they have too much athleticism. Their basketball sense is on 10 every time. It feels like they know exactly what's going to be next up for Union. And you got to play it simple. You got to go screens. You got to put up pick-and-roll situations. You got to create an opportunity for Stanley to get downhill and at least make them think and make them commit to that pick and roll, and then you can kick it out to the wings from there. Because right now, if you're just going wing-to-wing passing, Imani's going to read that. There's so many times that I've seen Sledge, Brazil, or Wesley just be right on top of a pass and nearly get it and almost go back the other way and get the easiest 2 points they'll probably ever get here today.
Yeah, this was a tough first half for Union. Really, it was 17-17 after 1. They started out the game 10-2, and once Imani got comfortable with what they do, it just sort of seemed like, especially with Sledge, he was so great in that first half. This Imani team, one of the things that we haven't talked about, and one of the keys to this game was going to be offensive rebounding. They average almost 8 offensive rebounds a game. And you wonder why their points per game is the differential is so high and why they can pretty much beat any. Think about that for a second. This team is already good at generating its own baskets. They're getting 8 extra possessions a game minimum on the offensive end and putting all kinds of pressure on it. Now, the point being, though, Union's done a really good job on the glass in this game.
Yeah, they've done their part. And here goes the thing what Imani's doing. Last year, you understood why they were a good rebounding team. They had a guy that was 6'8". They had a guy that was 6'10" out there. Of course, if you have 2 guys out there that could be in an NBA starting 5 height-wise, you're going to have success rebounding. Now they're more in the middle of the pack of the WPIAL in terms of height. In terms of team length, they still have that, but it's not awe-striking. They're not going out here with 7-footers like you could say on NOC, or at least in 4A especially. You take a look at 4A's rosters, look at the Hamptons, look at the Knox of the world out there. They've got size and they got skill. Imani's kind of in that middle range in terms of height, but their skill is phenomenal. every time they're out there. RJ Sledge, I don't know what to do. It's Showtime offense out there. It's Showtime-like. It's like they're going on the incline because everything is downhill and everything is spectacular what they do here.
No,
they don't have to put all that sauce on it. They just do it because it's there.
That's a great way to say it. I mean, it is all downhill when they get moving, and he has just got great court vision. They have come back out, by the way, to practice actually free throws, if you can believe it or not. That's what Imani is doing right now. Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Why drive when you can relax and ride? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember that senior citizens ride for free. Halftime of the girls 3A semifinal, and it's Avonworth with a 34-20 lead over Neshannock. Antelopes outscored Neshannock 24-5 in the second quarter. And that is a rough go for a really talented Neshannock girls team. The Neshannock boys are in the 3A semifinals on Monday night, and as is Mohawk. Neshannock will take on Deer Lakes, and Mohawk will take on Burrell. And we'll also have the Union girls in action. The defending state champions in single A will be in action on Monday night as well. That's a look at your scoring recap, your out-of-town scoreboard. We're set for the second half here from Montour High School. 16 minutes to go. And for Union, they're going to have to find some offense here in a big way in the early part of this quarter, as they came out swinging in this game. And, I mean, they threw punch after punch in the first 2-3 minutes of the game and then just could not hang on at that pace. And it started to settle in. It was still a 17-17 game. But Imani flexing its muscle, the defending single A champion in the state, flexing its muscle as we're underway to start the third. Sledge has it. Imani attacks the basket to our left. Wesley's open near wing for three. No. Thomas one-hands the rebound, lost the ball. And it's going to roll out of bounds towards the Imani sideline and back to the Saints 14 seconds into the third quarter.
You can't give them no free out here. Not at all. Free possessions are going to just put you in a higher place, man.
Inbound pass goes to Holmes. Holmes around Jonke. Jonke, and he battled for the ball. Arrow favors Union with 7:38 to go in the third. So it'll be Scotties' possession. On the floor for Union, it's Jonke, Stanley, Thomas, Gettings, and Blakely, the five. And for the Saints, it is Brazil, Wesley, Sledge, Williams, and Holmes. The other way, open three for Blakely. He's been quiet, still is. Hit the side of the rim, and here comes Sledge the other way. Lob pass up ahead to Brazil. Contact, it hits the deck hard, and will shoot a pair with 7:23 to go in the quarter. First team foul in the third on Union. The foul is going to be on Grayson Blakely. That is his first. And for Brazil, he misses the front end. Leading scorer on this team at 17 points a game. Has just 5 here tonight. Haven't really needed him. It's almost odd that Sledge is so good. And when you watch this team, you would think that he would be the top scorer in this team. But there's Brazil just casually 18 a game.
But then you see those passes and you go, I think he'd rather distribute at times as well. He can get his own basket.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. He is going to be a great prospect at the next level. Picked off a pass, goes and lays it up in with the left.
You can't do that whenever you're looking right at the guy with the pass. That's a tough one to do.
18 points for RJ Sledge. 14-point lead for Imani. Defense picks up. Jonke adjusts baseline. No. Brazil the rebound. Lob pass up ahead to Sledge. One-on-one with Thomas. Braylon has to let him go. Reverse layup missed, and Thomas the rebound. Braylon comes back the other way. Lobs it down the floor to Stanley. Open three far wing is good for Lucas Stanley. 21 for Stanley. And it's 44-33 the other way. Brazil can't connect, and Stanley the rebound. Here comes Lucas, splitting the triple team. Floater, no. Got his own rebound. Goes up in traffic, off balance. No, the rebound tapped out of bounds by Imani, by Marcus Williams. It'll stay with Union with 6:21 to go in the third. Galmarini is back in for Gettings. They need to get Grayson Blakely going, too. He has been absent from the scoring column in this contest. Pass inbound, taken away. Williams up ahead. Williams lays it up and in. Another turnover by Union. They're working on 20 turnovers here in this contest. They have 14. Stanley alone for 3 on the far wing, and he drains another one. Keeping his team alive. It's down to 10 at 46-36. Wesley the other way. Williams alone near corner three-pointer. No. Rebound tapped by Stanley into the hands of Thomas. Union can get this thing under 10 again. Stanley alone. Far wing 3 again. Way short. Hit the bottom of the net. Here comes Williams the other way. Williams up ahead to Brazil. Brazil, little Euro step in traffic. Nifty move. And he lays it in. 8 for Nate Brazil. Timeout called on the floor. It's a Pontius Insurance timeout. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. A 30-second timeout. And we got a 12-point lead with Imani in front, 48-36.
Yeah, that shot back the other way from Union, it was partially blocked by Wesley. That's why it fell short on that opportunity from Stanley. And that's one way to get them back into the game. I mean, his shooting from deep is probably saving this from being about a 20-point deficit, especially that early run for Union. They still have some time out here. You can't afford to wade against Imani, but you need to at least make a few inroads towards one way to get baskets consistently for yourself. And again, I think it's just going grimy, gritty, dirty out here.
Yeah, it's going to be a grind for Union the rest of the way, but here we go again as they have a chance to get this thing under 10 with 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Still plenty of time. Galmarini and Thomas in the backcourt. They got to get it across half court. Lob pass to Galmarini. It's picked off by Brown. Brown calls that turnover, throws it down the other way. Missed the dunk. He missed the dunk, and then Brazil gets the rebound, and a tie-up is called. Galmarini and Brazil mix it up. Brazil wants to jaw with Galmarini walking away. There should have been a little look at that. That was a
little rip to the back by Galmarini.
Yeah, he went right after the back, not really stopping the ball, and Brazil letting him know about it. And a 30-second timeout called by Mark Stanley again. He's still arguing with the refs. Kyrie Wilson arguing with the refs as well about that non-call on Galmarini. Stanley is giving it to his team right now, imploring them to play with a little bit more passion and fight.
Yeah, specifically to Galmarini about how he was supposed to wipe that away from him. He wanted that. He said, you got to swipe down. You got to basically go in there. You got to use your elbow and your shoulder and take it down and force that ball out of their hands.
So a little emotion here halfway through this third quarter. Gunn, Thomas, Galmarini, Stanley, and Blakely for Union.
But if I'm Coach Stanley right now, he's got to calm down because they're going to look at you on how to act in this situation.
You're 100% right.
I know that it's tough against this team, especially lately, but you can't lose your composure because if you lose it, the entire team loses it.
Sledge lobs it into Brown, turns in the lane, got wedged up between the backboard and the rim, and then the rebound wrestled away. And we're going to get a foul called on Brown. With 5:10 to go in the third. This stays at a 12-point lead right now, 48-36. It's Union ball. Referee is talking to Galmarini as well as he inbounds it to Thomas. So if the cooler heads prevail, settle it on the floor the right way. A lot pass down the floor to Gunn, tipped out of there by Blakely to Stanley. A near wing three rattles out. That was halfway down, and the rebound comes the other way with Imani. Up ahead it goes Wesley. All alone three-pointer near wing. No. Rebound loose. Run down by Brown. Corner goes to Sledge. Head fake. Step back three on the way. Yes. He's disgusting, and I mean that in the highest respect. That kid is not out of range anywhere. And now he swipes at the ball. He is going to cause an over and back defensively as RJ Sledge, and it's Imani ball with 4:33 to go in the third. Another Union turnover, the 15th in this game. Gettings back in, and Galmarini is out. Sledge gets it across half court quickly. Back in the hands of Wesley. Fires a three. No. Burnett, the rebound. And he gets tied up with Thomas. And it's going to be a possession given to Union on the arrow. Jonke back in for Gunn. So it's Gettings, Thomas, Jonke, Stanley, and Blakely. Sledge, Brazil, Wesley, Brown, and Burnett for Imani. Stanley. And lob pass down the floor. Jonke, open three, far wing, no. Loose ball, picked up by Wesley. Behind the back dribble out to Brazil, far wing, three on the way, yes. 11 for Nate Brazil, 54-36. Imani Christian with 4 minutes to go in the third. Blakely into the corner. Gettings, head fake, lost the ball, got it back. Pinned up there by Brown. Trying to get away, bounces it off Brown's foot out of bounds. Stays with Union as Landon Eckert is going to check in for the first time tonight, along with Destin Hubbard for Imani Christian. Deshaun Burnett stays out there as well. Deep three launched by Stanley, and he drills it again. 27 and trying to keep his team hanging around. 54-39 Imani. Brazil works
too.
Brazil works it around the dial. Nice find inside the paint to Wesley. A little baby floater is down for Wesley. 11 for Wesley. 56-39 Imani. 3.5 to go in the third. Thomas, lob pass corner. Eckert, head fake on the three. Stanley, far wing. Stanley back into the corner. Eckert, another head fake. Landon won't pull the trigger just yet. Inbound power, impasse to Jonke off the window and in for Jonke. His second field goal. He has 4. It's 56-41. The other way, they race down the floor to Imani. Out to Wesley. Near wing three on the way. Got it again. 59-41 Imani. 3 minutes to go in the third. Pass inbound, pass to, rather looking in the paint was Thomas, and that was picked off again, racing the other way and fouled as Hubbard. He'll go to the line to shoot two with 2:52 to play. And it has completely gotten away from Union as Thomas picks up the foul. 59-41, and Imani looking like they're going to roll on to the final on Thursday night opposite of the Neighborhood Academy as Hubbard makes the first. There's still the fourth quarter to go. As Kylan Holmes is back in, he'll take the place of Deshaun Burnett. You don't see many single-A players that end up going to the Big Ten in the state of Pennsylvania. This isn't your ordinary single-A program. We know that. And Deshaun Burnett is not your ordinary high school junior at 6'4". He is a monster. Stanley up the floor, corner it goes. Blakely three-pointer, finally gets on the board. Grayson Blakely's first field goal of the night. 61-44 Imani with 2:36 to play in the third. Wesley to Brown on the far wing. Brown drives on Stanley. Little Euro off the window, no. Got his own rebound and tapped it in. Nice effort by Tristan Brown for his first field goal of the night. 63-44 Imani Christian with 2:20 to go in the third. Stanley had his pass poked away. 17th turnover, 18th turnover. Up ahead it goes to Brown. He lays it up and in with the right. 65-44 Imani Christian with 2:09 to go in the third. Thomas, top of the circle. Stanley, another deep three. He is putting on a show shooting, but he falls short that time. Loose ball poked by Jonke to Stanley. In the lane, floater, no. Got his own rebound. Goes back up in traffic off the square and in for Lucas Stanley, who has 29. 65-46 Imani. Here comes Brazil the other way with 1:40 to go in the third. Wesley, near wing. Now left of the circle, crossover dribble between the legs. Pull up three-pointer left of the circle, and he drops it again. These guys can not only play any style of basketball, they can shoot the lights out.
He did that off the dribble, between the legs, three-pointer, with no effort. That's unreal skill. Like, there's people that they're up in the next level to do that.
I don't, and I understand because of the style of schedule they play. How do they lose 11 games? Who What 11 teams are better?
Well, Montverde Academy is one.
I can't even count them really as Stanley. Three-pointer got another one. He's got 32. 68-49. I don't really even count Montverde as a real high school basketball team. That's more like a semi-pro team. Inside Holmes, hard contact by Stanley, and he's fouled. And Holmes will shoot 2. But you are right. They did play Montverde, who's the runaway #1 team in America.
Let's take a look at Imani's schedule right here. They got St. Edward, Ohio, Newman Goretti. Okay, Newman Goretti is a pretty good team.
Probably going to be in the 4A title game opposite of Lincoln Park, yes.
Lancaster, South Carolina, St. John's College, D.C. That's a high school, by the way, not a real college. Just want to make sure people know that. Yeah, the Rock School in Florida, Riviera Prep. I mean, this is a nationally traveling team.
Holmes missed the second, hit the first. Stanley the rebound, 69-49. Imani in front with 50 seconds to go in the third. Thomas, floater off the window, no. Tapped out of there by Gunn. Loose ball, Sledge picks it up. RJ splits 2 defenders with the right hand, and it falls.
That's a pretty play. That's a pretty Euro step, and that's nice touch.
71-49, Imani with 33 seconds to go. Thomas, pull up 3, deep, no. Off the back iron, rebound loose, pulled in by Williams. Sledge the other way, a little one pass up ahead, tipped by Stanley into the hands of Thomas with 20 seconds to go in the third. Braylon in the lane again, Euro step, got it to fall. 8 points for Thomas, 20-point lead for Imani, 71-51. Sledge alone for 3, off the back iron. Thomas goes up for the rebound, 6 seconds to go. Braylon looks up at the clock, attacking the basket to our right. Lost the ball, 2 Imani players collide. It's out of bounds with 0.7 seconds to go. In the quarter, it'll be Union ball, and really you're going to have to throw this thing near the rim if you can for a little tip-in.
Enough for an in-motion catch for a shot. Just barely, but yes.
They get it into Gunn, fires at the buzzer, and he missed it. 71-51 through 3. Imani Christian in control. We'll come back with a fourth quarter after this. This is the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
2 teams combined for 51 points in that quarter. It's 71-51, 30 points for Imani in the third, 21 for Union. And it's a 20-point lead for the Saints as they are looking to get back to the Pete to defend their single-A championship. Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. They're started the fourth, after 3. And it's Avonworth 57 to Shannock 33. That is the girls' 3A semifinals. So it looks like Avonworth is going to be on to the Peterson Center to play for a district title as well. Imani starts it here in the fourth. Brazil, a little off balance in the lane. Jumper is good. He's got 13. Blakely the other way on the near wing. Side of the rim, no. Stanley poked the rebound away and put it back in. Lucas has 34. 73-53. The other way, Williams, corner 3 from the far side. No. Gunn the rebound. Imani on its way. Opposite the Neighborhood Academy, who they beat twice this season. Gunn and that was Brazil get tangled up dangerously near the Union sideline.
Brazil might have taken a swipe at the face. He's checking his nose for blood.
On the floor for Imani Christian, it's Isaiah Bradshaw, David Compton, Nate Brazil, Marcus Williams. and R.J. Sledge. It's Eckert, Blakely, Stanley, Thomas, and Gunn for Union, as Lucas is going to pick up another foul, his fourth. And with 7:18 to go, it'll be Imani to inbound.
He tried to get a steal himself. He wanted to say turnabout is fair play. He bumped into his man on the swipe.
Bradshaw, elbow jumper by Brazil is good. 15 for Nate Brazil. 75-53, Imani Christian with 7:05 to go. Thomas gets it to Stanley. It's got to be a two-man game right now as Stanley is fouled from behind by Bradshaw. Deshaun Burnett set to check back in for Imani in place of David Compton. We saw the Neighborhood Academy in Rochester earlier today is the third time the charm for NA in that championship game on Thursday night. That is the question. That is the question I pose to you.
I think they got the horses to do it, but Imani, man, when they get rolling, it's hard to stop it.
Stanley turns and fires, and that is a three, I believe a three. Yep, it is 3 shots for Lucas Stanley as he was fouled in the act of shooting the three. That fouled by Isaiah Bradshaw. And it's his second. They're going to have to defend big time. And we saw the Neighborhood Academy defend very well in that game against Rochester this afternoon.
You can't throw it into the lanes.
Stanley makes both. He is 36. He's got one more. 75-55 Imani. Third one, good. 37 for Lucas Stanley. As Bradshaw to Sledge, left of the circle. Sledge goes to his left, behind the back dribble, right-handed pass underneath. Nice pass from Bradshaw to Burnett, and Burnett is fouled. Deshaun Burnett headed to Penn State to play for James Franklin and the Nittany Lions, but has one more year at Imani Christian. Their football team is going to be primed to make a run next year as Burnett's free throw attempt is up and hits the back iron. Stanley the rebound for Union. 6.5 to go, 77-56. Imani Christian in front. Corner three by Gettings, far side, drains it. Second three today for Andrew Gettings. He has 6, 77-59 Imani. Sledge to Williams, near corner. Williams steps through, throws it back out to Brazil. They save it for a moment. Galmarini and Sledge get tied up. Galmarini comes up with a loose ball. He's bumped hard from behind by Williams, inadvertently trying to make a play. And it's going to be Union ball with 6:08 to go in the final quarter. Holmes and Wesley are back in for Imani. Inbound pass goes to Braylon Thomas. Season won't be over for Union. They're going to be in the state tournament again, and they will play Rochester in the third place game. That'll be a site and time to be announced. And that pass is picked off yet again. Thomas commits the 19th turnover as Imani will turn it right back over. Imani has 7 for the game. Gettings is stripped as he goes to the bucket by Holmes. And they call a foul on Holmes.
Credit to Union. They're trying to make this a game, but, man, this is just the entire Whopper against them. Still trying to drive, still creating opportunities, and again, you're just hoping to chip away. 18-point advantage would be a good time for a 9-0 run right now.
Gettings' first free throw attempt is in and out. Tristan Brown is back in for Imani with 5:46 to go. Kylan Holmes is out. Second one by Gettings is good. By Gettings is good. And he's got 7. 77-60 Imani Christian. This was a 17-17 game after one. This was a 10-2 start for Union. And then Imani just flexed its muscle. Kick out near wing three by Brazil is good. They just keep coming at you. 80-60, Imani Christian with 5:20 to go. Thomas near half court. Lob pass corner. Gettings thought about the three with a little head fake. Now he's pinned up in the corner and throws it off, but Stanley's there to pick up the loose ball. His jumper is no good. Here comes Wesley the other way. Brazil near side. Brazil in the lane. Little up and under. He's fouled hard, and Brazil will go to the line to shoot two.
They've really been taking a check at Rocco Galmarini all day.
So the consolations will be if the current scores in our respective games hold. Tuesday night consolation, Union boys will be at Rochester, and the Neshannock girls will be at
They call a
Beaver Falls.
technical.
They did call a technical on Union. And they call an intentional foul or a technical. Kyrie Wilson wanted an intentional foul. He thought that there was too much done to the player, and it was Brazil. He makes the free throw. Then it was the ball. Brazil will have one more. Kicks at the knees and fires. It's good. Brazil has 20. It's Imani ball. They have a 22-point lead at 82-60 with 5:02 to go. They are going to defend their single-A title in the WPIAL. Sledge, open three near corner, drains it. And he just turns around and high-fives his bench. 26 for RJ Sledge. 85-60 Imani Christian as Thomas's pass tipped, but Stanley has it. Foul line pull-up is on the way. Short. Rebound looked like it was off of, and it was off Wesley. It'll stay on the Union side with 4:41 to play.
He tried to buy that call back, and it wasn't happening. It was clearly off of him.
Union will be in the state tournament. They take 5 teams out of single A. Stanley catch and shoot near corner off the inbound. No, a rebound. Imani outlet pass to Brazil. Racing it all the way. Right-handed layup is good. 22 for Nate Brazil. Stanley the other way. Stanley in the lane. Floater off the front and back of the rim, and then Gunn is there to put it back in. Gunn's first field goal tonight, but they race down the floor quickly. Another foul on Stanley. He is disqualified with his fifth foul. And that will send Brazil to the line to shoot 2 more with 4:15 to go. So Lucas Stanley's afternoon is complete with 37. He is going to be our MVP Insurance MVP of the game winner when we award afterwards with 37 points. Get that out in our post-game show officially as Brazil will shoot 2. Grayson Blakely is back in. It's Blakely, Thomas, Gettings, Gunn, and Jonke. Again, season not over for this Union team. They at least have the consolation game to determine whether they're the 3rd or 4th seed in single A, as Brazil makes the first. So they are in the state tournament. 5 seeds will go. They will take on Rochester for that, and Brazil makes the second. He's got 24. But it'll be Imani with an 89-62 lead that will play for the WPIAL Championship Thursday evening, 5 o'clock at the Peterson Event Center against the Neighborhood Academy. 3rd time those 2 teams will meet this season. 3rd time Rochester and Union will meet this season. As Sledge picks that one off. Little loop pass to Brazil the other way. He is fouled once again, this time by Gunn. And Brazil back to the line with 3:48 to go. RJ Sledge, the Tribs Single A preseason player of the year, has had a monster game here today for Imani, but the guy at the line has led them in scoring with 25. Actually, Sledge has 26, so those two virtually unstoppable. 26 now for
Oh,
both. They steal it, and Sledge hands it off to Brown.
Yeah, Brown did a Grand Theft Alvarado on him. He snuck for that steal.
Gone the other way into the corner. Gettings with 3.5 minutes to go. Gunn lost the handle, gets it back to Gettings. Three-pointer fired, misses everything. Outlet pass from Wesley to Brazil, and he missed the dunk. Thomas the rebound, lob pass up ahead to Jonke. Jonke comes the other way. He lays it up, missed that, got his own rebound, turns, and he got the rebound to fall. We got a timeout called.
It's a referee's timeout.
Yes, it is. Official stoppage.
They're going to call. It's a bench warning for Imani.
I was talking to the assistant coach, just telling them that they have to remain on the seats, like seated on the bench.
Taking a look down there, I think that was I don't think it was Scoot Ward. No, it wasn't him. It was another assistant.
They're going to clear the bench here, both sides. Get some of these reserves in the game. It's going to be a 5-for-5 substitution for Imani, as they will have Deshaun Gordon. And there is a player with a number 35 we do not have on our roster. We do not have a number 30 on our roster. They are both set to check in, as is, I believe the other one is Isaiah Bradshaw once again. Now, there was another technical called on Union here, and I'm not sure what that was for. Sledge makes the free throw. Union empties the bench as well. Galmarini is back in. Eckert is in. Jonke is in. Actually, they haven't done it yet. They are about to. And Sledge makes the second. And Sledge this afternoon is done with 28. He has been fantastic this afternoon. Tom Cusatrone is in the game for Union. Eckert is in there. Galmarini is in there, as is Jordan Kelly, and Mike Gunn stays out there as well with 3:08 to go. And open three-pointer fired. They drain another one. Braylon Green is actually the player wearing number 30. He hit the three. So a couple number changes for these Imani players. Also into the game is Evan Burns for Union. Mike Gunn is out. His afternoon is done. Mark Stanley pulling all of his starters here at this point with 2:38 to go. It's a running clock, 98-64, Imani in front. Inbound, Kelly through traffic is fouled, and the clock will continue to run with the mercy rule in effect. Now they stop the clock.
Yeah, they stop it with once they announce it.
Yeah, for free throws. And Kelly missed the front end. 98-64. Imani Christian trying to get to the century mark. And that rebound swiped by Deshaun Gordon down the floor. Move it around. Donovan Gordon is in there. The basket counts, and a foul for Donovan Gordon. And that is the century mark for this Imani squad here this afternoon. An emphatic performance here this afternoon. 100 points by this Imani Christian team.
It's a statement. Statement to their opponents in the championship game, and maybe all of the PIAA, that they are inevitable. They really look like that. It's hard for me to see them losing from here on out.
No, nobody's touching this team. There's no question. And they're going to be one of your favorites in 6A next year as well. Voluntarily moving up as they steal the inbound. And there's a little runner by Green that's no good. Kelly the rebound. We play out the string here.
I was talking to head coach Kyrie Wilson about why they play this schedule. So why they decide to go to Florida, South Carolina, Ohio to face these top teams. You go on the other side of the state to Philadelphia, and it's about putting the players at a higher level. It's about getting them to unlock more of their potential, more of their skill. It's all about the growth of the players, and they never take advantage of their opponents at all. As I said with Scoot Ward, we put our shoes on the same way they do. They don't change up what they do from opponent to opponent. They are who they are.
You are correct. 101-64 as the free throws missed, and here comes Eckert the other way. 60 seconds to go, and Imani Christian is going to play for the 1A WPIAL title yet again. Have some coaches here scouting some of these Imani players, some of the area schools.
Eckert in his first at the line. He'll get the second.
Go the other way. Eckert, nice to see him get on the board here. We got another foul. Clock continues to run at 101-65. Last time Union allowed 100 points was the WPIAL quarterfinals in 2016. They lost to Monessen 112-62. That was Mark Stanley's second season as the head coach of Union. James Dotson running that stat down for us. And there's this 102nd point. We got a lane violation. No, yes, we did. So that'll wipe out the free throw. We're staying at 101-65 for now. We'll clear out this gym. Two great semis here today. Two great performances by a pair of section mates as the Neighborhood Academy won the first semifinal over Rochester. And the number one team in the state of Pennsylvania in single A, Kelly, gets his first bucket of the afternoon. With 9 seconds to go, 101-67 is going to be your final. Imani Christian is on to the single A WPIAL championship again as they knock off Union today in convincing fashion. This was a 17-17 ball game at one point, and then Imani showing why they are one of the top teams, not just in the state, but maybe in the country as well. 101-67, your final. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our post-game show, recap the scoring, hand out our awards, and then we will get on out of here as Imani wins it today, 101-67. You're listening to the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between.
Back here on the postgame show as Imani Christian wins it this afternoon 101-67, and they are on to the WPIAL Class 1A championship game on Thursday evening at 5 o'clock. They'll take on the Neighborhood Academy, who defeated Rochester earlier this afternoon in the first semifinal. Let's tell you what we have coming up the rest of the tournament here, because it's going to be a busy, busy Monday night, as we will have both boys games on Monday night in the 3A bracket. That will be Deer Lakes and Neshannock. That game is at 6 o'clock at Fox Chapel on Monday night. And then the other 2 semifinals, while that game is going on at North Allegheny, in the 1A girls semifinal, the defending state champion Union Scotties, they are taking on Riverview. That game will tip at 6 o'clock at North Allegheny High School. Then you're going to want to stay tuned after that game, because it'll be Mohawk and Burl in boys 3A, 8 o'clock at North Allegheny High School. We'll have all of our coverage detailed for you on the Lawrence County Sports Network website. And we will let you know who's going to be where, the coverage as far as video, audio, all that goes as far as the semifinals go. But 3 games for you on Monday night, 2 in boys 3A. And honestly, look, you can't root for these kind of things when you're in our position. If you gave me Neshannock and Mohawk at the Pete for the district title, I'm not going to complain about that. That's all I'll simply say there, because I think that to get those 2 fan bases down there and to have the 3rd meeting of the season be for the WPIAL championship, yes, please put that on the menu for me.
Yeah, we were up there at that, and it felt like the entire county was out there. We know that they were also cheering for Newcastle as well, but it felt like that game, it felt like it was one of those games that you had to be there. It was your Woodstock moment. If you weren't up there, if you were up there, you wish you were there. If you were there, you'll never forget that night. 1,500
in the building, and probably about 2,500 are going to tell you that they were there at some point when they discuss high school sports over the years. Let's recap our scoring here in this one. And the post-game scoring recap is brought to you by Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. From concept to creation, they combine their extensive construction experience with creative design to make your project a reality. Fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services. Call 724-652-1372 for more information. For the Saints of Imani Christian, 101 points here this afternoon. They were led today by R.J. Sledge, who was fantastic, 28 points. And really, his assist and his defense and all that just added up to the total package. He was awesome today for Imani with 28, 26 for Nate Brazil, 17 for Avery Wesley, 6 for Tristan Brown, 5 for Kylan Holmes, 17 we mentioned for Wesley, 4 for Deshaun Burnett, 2 for Destin Hubbard, 3 for Braylon Green, and 1 for Cam Rice. 7 points also for Marcus Williams in the winning effort. All adds up to 101 points for the Saints team as they improved to 13-11, and they play for the WPIAL title on Thursday night. For the Union Scotties, great game today by Lucas Stanley with 37. He was the only player in double figures for the Scotties. Braylon Thomas had 8. Andrew Gettings had 7. 6 for Dane Jonke, 3 apiece for Mike Gunn and Grayson Blakely, 1 for Landon Eckert, and 2 at the end there for Jordan Kelly. Our post-game awards, our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to. We're going to give it to Lucas Stanley, and you can take your pick on the threes that he made today because he had a handful of them, but he had a big one early in the game to give Union the early lead when they went on their mini run to start things. So we'll give him the Play of the Game Award to Lucas Stanley of Union. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor Lucas for tonight's Play of the Game. He'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's play. Video of tonight's play of the game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on X and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on the Play of the Game. Congratulations to Lucas Stanley for this afternoon's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. MVP Insurance MVP of the Game Award, Lucas Stanley, why not? 37 points of Union. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Lucas's this afternoon's MVP of the game. He'll get a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named tonight's MVP of the game. To view the full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Lucas Stanley for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance, call MVP for the win. 101-67, Imani Christian over Union. Third straight time they've defeated the Scotties in a playoff game. And that sets up the Single A championship game between Imani and the Neighborhood Academy on Thursday evening.
Going to be a great game. Neighborhood Academy definitely showed a defensive side to them today that they're able to bring them, plus maybe get a little bit shooter's luck against Imani because it just felt like it was raining threes. It was everything went absolutely perfect for Imani outside of that 10-2 start for Union. And it's tough for the Scotties. I think overall this was a good game they played. It was just too much. It was just too much against them, and maybe those cross-court passes, I mean, that's more athleticism and just knowing basketball. You played it a bunch of times, and you know what you see, and you know what to do in those situations. I mean, it's tough for Union because they're going to look and go, how could we fix this? And I don't know if they can. This is just a team that's on a whole new level that probably won't be replicated by any other school in Pennsylvania.
No, I agree with you. They're on a different level, and they're coming back for another Single A title at the Pete. They're coming back for another Single A title in the state. And, I mean, you can put it on their pocket schedule. They're going to be right there for that 6A title next season as well, because nobody in this state outside of maybe the Philly Catholic League has the talent top to bottom like this team possesses with all those underclassmen returning for this team. It was an impressive showing here today by Imani Christian as they cruise to the Single A WPIAL championship game on Thursday evening. They'll take on the Neighborhood Academy, their section rival. 101-67 the final here today at Montour. For my partner Ty Polk, for everybody working behind the scenes, both with the Trib High School Sports Live Network, we thank them for the assist on the early game today with the Neighborhood and Rochester, and then for James Dotson and everybody behind the scenes with the Lawrence County Sports Network who kept us afloat during this game. We will talk to you on Monday night from our sites, Fox Chapel and North Allegheny. 3 more teams trying to book a date at the Pete from Lawrence County. It'll be Neshannock and Mohawk on the boys' 3A side as they take on Deer Lakes and Burrow respectively. And then on the girls' side, the Union Scotties, the defending state champions and district champions, they will do battle with Riverview. We'll talk to you Monday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We hope you enjoyed these 2 games here this afternoon, and we'll talk to you then. Take care, and bye-bye.